Hi, and welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to be looking at who's headed your way and what do they want to say. So there are three groups to choose from. Group one is this egg with the little chickens on it. Group two is this egg with the little chick on it. And group three is this egg with the bunny, chick, and butterflies. So if you want to take a moment to center, focus on your breathing, and feel whichever group, maybe multiple groups or perhaps all of the groups that you are most drawn to. I'll give you a minute to make your selection and then we'll get right into it. And there are timestamps for each group in the description box of the video if you want to jump ahead. Hi, group one. You chose this egg with the chickens on it. So I'm going to put that right up here. And I'm going to start with an oracle card to get a feeling for who's headed your way. So we have no place like home. So this could be somebody that you lived with at one point in time. You could have owned a house together, or somebody who lives in your neighborhood, lives in the same city as you. Some kind of a sense of familiarity in terms of maybe somebody from your childhood, somebody that you grew up with, or somebody you were in a relationship with when you were younger. So I'm going to get some tarot to clarify this for group one. Who's headed their way? Okay, so we have the Sun, which is Leo energy. We have the Five of Cups, which is water, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. The Six of Swords, which is air energy, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Eight of Pentacles, which is earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. We have Judgment, which is Scorpio energy. And we've got the Page of Cups, so more water energy. And the Hierophant, which is Taurus. Queen of Cups, so more of that water energy. And the Two of Cups, so another card of water signs. So I'm feeling that definitely this is somebody you were in some kind of a relationship with at one point in time. This could have even been somebody you were talking to, casually dating, moving in the direction of having a relationship with. But something happened to really disrupt the harmony of this connection, the good times that you shared, this feeling of connectedness, of, you know, really having the same goals in mind in terms of your life or in terms of the relationship in general. And with that disruption, you have maybe moved on from this situation in a new direction. You could be in a new relationship, or you've just made some efforts to really kind of rebuild yourself, rebuild your maybe self-esteem or trust in love or your ideas about love. There's a sense of really having achieved some emotional mastery on your part since whatever this circumstance, this disappointment, this loss of this connection, or the tranquility of the connection with this person has occurred. And this is also really indicating that this person has had some kind of a wake-up call in the period since you last spoke, or in a period of separation. Maybe this, again, is somebody from childhood, so it's been a long time since you've spoken to them. time and the tides of time have taken you both in different directions in your life, but I feel that through that you have always held a place in this person's heart. They've never forgotten you. They've always had a lot of respect and deep regard for you, regardless of what might have happened. It might not have even necessarily been some kind of a fight. There could have just been your circumstances led you in different directions. Maybe you both went off to school, to college, and you went to universities, in different parts of the country. And so there was a geographic distance between the both of you. Or if this was someone from childhood, maybe your family moved or their family moved. And so distance just kind of separated you. You just sort of lost touch with this person. So it doesn't need to necessarily be something, again, dramatic, some kind of a fight. It could just be that time and circumstances created this separation. But they've always thought about you. They've always had this deep love for you. There could also be a sense of wondering what if this was someone that was just a friend where there really was no romance between the both of you. You just, were maybe best friends or good friends, spent a lot of time together, had a lot of happy memories, that they've always kind of held on to this idea of what would have happened if you had taken things further, if you had explored romance, if you'd opened up to each other in that capacity. This could be somebody also that has had some awareness as maybe life has taken them in different directions. They may have dated other people, courted other people, been in other relationships, and something has become clear to them that the qualities that they're looking for in a partner, somebody that they could see themselves marrying, somebody that they could see themselves having a long-term stable future with, that you are the person that embodies these qualities. And so there's this desire to really kind of retrace their steps, kind of go back to basics, return to that sense of sanctuary, return to that core, that center of peace and harmony that they felt with you, to make an offer of love, to explore this, to see where things go. And definitely with the mindset of something long-term and stable between you and this person. This feels like also something where they've really come to recognize the spiritual aspects of the connection that you share, that spiritually at a soul level, you're very much in harmony with each other. There could still be a sense of really sensing your energy, feeling your energy from afar and despite any kind of distance, which has really caused them to kind of look deeply within this, look deeply within their heart, to want to explore this, to want to figure out why is it that they still feel something for you after all this time? Why is it that even though you haven't spoken in maybe years, that they're still able to kind of pick up if you are having a bad day, or if you're having a really good day. This could be something where these feelings, this person is also maybe doing some research on social media or asking people, kind of trying to do a little bit of, not really snooping, but just investigation to get some confirmation for themselves as far as what they're picking up, what they're feeling, what they're sensing, to get some validation for that. And I feel that they have achieved some of that. They've reached some of that. They've seen some of that. Something has been shown to them, has been made known to them, that is really confirming this energetic connection, this soul connection that you and this person are sharing across time and across distance. And it's something that's really drawing them to kind of move beyond this place of disconnect, not really having an active role in each other's lives, to, open up emotionally, to explore this emotionally, to reach out, to make themselves known, open their heart, and see really where that can go. This feels definitely like someone who wants to open up in terms of, for the purposes of a relationship, dating, getting to know you again, perhaps. This doesn't feel like someone who's trying to reach out just to be friends, although it could start there. If it starts with friendship, this person definitely has something more in mind, something more that they are seeing here. They're recognizing you as very compatible with them. Something with the Judgment card and the Two of Cups has become clear to them, that you are at the minimum a soulmate, that this is a deep spiritual bond, a soul connection. And they might also see you as the one, as with, the Hierophant, somebody that they want to marry, that they want some long-term stability with. And so they are moving and interested in moving back in your direction. So let's get some messages from this person and see, what do they want to say to you? Group 1. Okay, and they say, I'm in a better headspace now. So if there was some confusion, maybe they weren't sure what they wanted, where life was taking them in the past, and that kind of led to some distance between the both of you, some kind of separation or just estrangement in terms of the depth of your connection. It kind of interfered with the Sun card, with the harmony of the connection. They're letting you know that, they've changed. They've moved on with the Six of Swords from some uncertainty, from some difficult times. Some evolution has taken place, some maturity. They've kind of gone from this page to this queen. They've really gotten in touch with their emotions. They've achieved some kind of emotional balance or mastery compared to the last time that you've seen them. And they say, the sound of your voice lingers in my mind. So that's that energy of really sensing you from afar, picking up on you from afar, not being able to forget you and the times that you shared. I feel this person's really replaying maybe some of the things you said, conversations that were had, experiences that were shared between the both of you. And it's leading to this sense of longing to create new memories, more memories with you. They also say, you are my safe place. You are my home. So that is a great confirmation of that no place like home card, and the sense of sanctuary, wanting to, return to you, return to the better times in this connection, the closeness that you two had shared at one point in time. And this could also be a reference to somebody from childhood, maybe returning to the town or the city where you both grew up in, and somehow reconnecting to some of those more innocent and carefree times, perhaps before difficulties or just life in general sort of interfered with the connection, or took you both in different directions. There's a sense of kind of going back to basics, starting fresh, starting over with you. So let's get some more messages. Group 1. Okay, and they say, I don't want to take you for granted or misuse you. So if there had been something that kind of came in between the both of you, maybe in the past, maybe this person chose to, focus on career or school, and kind of at the expense of this relationship, of either devoting time to it, and that kind of caused a loss of this harmony, or if it was something where, they didn't really appreciate the opportunity to expand even upon a friendship into the realm of romance. This is something like with the Judgment card, they've had some kind of awakening about that, some kind of awareness about that, and there's a desire to really head back in your direction and shift the energy of the connection into the arena of being very reciprocal with the Two of Cups, something that's deeply satisfying. And they also say, I want to make love to you. So a lot of attraction here, a lot of passion. This person has never forgotten you. And I feel that they may have even tried to date other people that were similar to you, maybe looked like you, or in some way there were just these qualities about you that they were looking for in other people. And through a series of maybe unsuccessful romances, or, just really searching for the one, the right one, and coming up empty-handed, that something has been made clear to this person, that all these qualities that they've been looking for, that they've been searching for, these are all your qualities. That this person, this one, this soulmate, this special someone does exist, and it's somebody that they know, and it's you. And that realization is really causing them to want to head back in your direction and, reopen this connection with you. They also say, thank you for your patience. So this can indicate that it's been a while since you've seen this person. This could have also been a situation almost of unrequited love, like a friend perhaps that you were hoping would, evolve the connection, or you could evolve the connection together into something more. And, they chose not to act upon that opportunity, or just prioritized other things. It feels very mutual, that you've always had each other in each other's hearts, despite what has happened. And so they're really thanking you for maybe the fact that they had to take the long way home. They had some other things that they needed to learn and experience, some disappointments or unfulfillment that needed to happen before it became clear to them, apparent to them, where their happiness lies, where their, everything that they're looking for, that's embodied in you, that these qualities exist in the dynamic between you, in the spiritual connection between you. So let's get some final messages from this person for you. Group 1, what do they want to say? Okay, and they say, you are the love of my life. So this is definitely a realization that they may have come to, that you are the one, you are this person that embodies all of these qualities that they have been looking for in others, and have just come up short in that regard. And they also say you are a gem that shines in the night. So this is really talking about that through time and space and distance, silence, maybe no communication between the both of you, they've always held you in high regard. You've held a special place in their heart. Time has not diminished the regard that they have for you. And they also say, can I spend my life with you? So that's a beautiful message to close this reading with for you, group one, just to, again, reinforce that energy of this person really recognizing that you are the type of person that they have been looking for in terms of a long-term partner, that the things they may have overlooked, not appreciated, not been in a space of being emotionally ready to give to, previously, these are all things that through maturity, through time, through evolution and development, and this awareness that they now have, it's really motivating them to move back in your direction, to approach, to try to get things restarted, or, you know, moving from that realm of maybe friendship into romance, not just with the intention of having a good time, but because they see you as a person that is deeply compatible with them. The joy and the connectedness that they feel with you is incomparable to what they may have experienced with other people, and in some way they've come to this understanding that, you know, their life almost feels better with you in it. It could feel almost that something is missing. They've not been able to find that. They may have been on kind of a long search for, you know, fame and acclaim and wealth and status and all these other things that they might have achieved. They may have, with the Eight of Pentacles, been working very hard, achieved a lot of success in a lot of other realms in their life, but something has been missing. And that something is definitely, you know, this space within their heart that is begging to be occupied. And when they think about who would be the best candidate to fill that, who is the only choice for that companion, for that, you know, that partner through life, they definitely, you know, they unquestionably think of you. So I'm going to get some initials for you. This can be first, middle, or last name of you or your person, or it can spell something out, just whatever resonates. All right, so we have D, W, S, T, M, N, Z, U, Q, and E. So those are your messages, group one. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer them through my Etsy shop, and there's a link in the description box of the video for that. I also sell handmade jewelry and some divination tools in my Etsy shop if you're interested in checking those out as well. So I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Group 2, you chose this egg with the little chick on it. So I'm going to put that right up here. And I'm going to start with an oracle card to see who is headed your way. Group 2, who's headed their way. Okay, so we have new life. So this could be somebody that you are in a no contact situation with, in a period of separation with, an ex, a former lover, someone you were dating previously, who has this desire to start fresh, to start over, to really see if there's a chance to rebuild this, to move on from wherever you find yourself. It feels like something has happened in this period of separation where they've really come to put this connection in you up on this pedestal. They've really been able to kind of set you apart from all others. If they have dated other people, it feels like these other encounters were not very successful, and each of those subsequent encounters has just served to highlight how exceptional the connection with you was in the past, which is creating this desire to step forth and try to open the door to a new chapter between the both of you. So I'm going to get some tarot to clarify for group 2, who's headed their way. Okay, so we have the Six of Cups, which is water energy, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. Page of Wands, which is fire energy, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. The Knight of Cups, so more water energy. Queen of Cups, another water card. Ten of Wands, so more of that fire energy. The Hermit, which is Virgo. Three of Pentacles, so earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Ace of Pentacles, more earth energy. And the Two of Cups, so more of that water. Okay, so the Six of Cups, this is definitely somebody from your past, somebody perhaps from childhood, somebody you were dating when you were younger. This could have even been somebody that you were married to when you were younger, and that there's been a divorce, or you've gone into separation, maybe legal separation from this person. And they're thinking back on you, on this connection, very fondly. There's definitely a desire to end the burden of separation, end the burden of no contact, to put down. I'm almost feeling like the more time that passes, and even as you are both exploring, maybe dating other people, that there's a heaviness that is happening within this person's heart, as you know, these subsequent almost disappointments happen, things that just don't add up to what they had with you, that the more they experience this, or you know, the further they get away from the times of really this togetherness with you, this coupling with you, these, you know, this very harmonious period, that it's something that's really, it's contributing to these burdensome thoughts, these burdensome feelings of kind of moving in the wrong direction in their life. They definitely have matured emotionally with this Queen of Cups. They may have been kind of emotionally unavailable previously. If this was someone you were dealing with when you were younger, that can explain a lot of that, you know, emotional immaturity that just happens through time and as we age. And so that can indicate that, you know, some time has gone by. Maybe you are both now adults and you were perhaps young adults or even teenagers when you were last with this person. But something has happened to make them really appreciate love in a new way. They've accessed almost a tender side of themselves, an appreciation for even the little things perhaps that you enjoyed within this connection in the past. Kind of the quiet times that you shared, not even necessarily big, exciting, dates, or, it feels like they're very much attracted to you, but what is really making them nostalgic, it's more than skin deep. It goes beyond that. This is something in the emotional center where with the Knight of Cups, they have this urge to really come and profess this to you, come and profess this love to you, or that they still love you after all this time. With the Page of Wands, this can definitely speak to, wanting to bring that communication, that good news. And I feel that this is something that if this person were to approach you, comes back, that it's something that you would receive them very well. This feels like something that it wasn't, if it was a divorce or some kind of a breakup, it feels very mutual. It feels like there, wasn't a lot of bad blood between the both of you. You kind of ended things amicably. It might be difficult, but it's not like there's a lot of bitterness or, if there were hurt feelings that these have kind of been transcended. And so it's something that I feel that you'd be excited to hear from this person. It would be nice to hear from this person. If this is someone from childhood, someone you dated when you were younger, perhaps, that this would be very welcome. You did not end things on an entirely bitter note, that there is some receptivity here. And they're hoping for that as well. They're hoping that you would be excited to hear from them, that this would be almost like a blast from the past kind of energy here. With the Hermit, they've definitely maybe been single for a while, maybe through some disappointments with love, or if this was some kind of a breakup with this person, they may have taken some time. They may not have even dated anybody else. They may have really used that opportunity to kind of work on themselves, to go within and figure out what it is that they want, who it is that they are, what's their place in the world. They may have really been in this process of kind of finding their path, forging that path, moving in the direction of some kind of inner truth. This person could have also been on some kind of a spiritual journey, had some kind of a spiritual awakening, or some event occurred in their life that really propelled them into a spiritual path, kind of exploring things outside of the mundane. There is this energy of really, with the Three of Pentacles, this desire to kind of co-create with you, to kind of build something more than maybe the foundation you had in the past, or also with the Ace of Pentacles, to really an offer that they want to make to start fresh, to really work on things, work on this connection. I feel that this person has acquired some skills in terms of this emotional maturity as well. A new way of showing up where, again, there's this energy that they were kind of aloof or emotionally immature, didn't really value love, couldn't really show up in a partnership, weren't really giving as much as you might have been giving to this. And that could have become, very burdensome with this Ten of Wands and ended kind of in the dissolution of the partnership. But there is a desire to, really present you with some concrete things that have changed about them, some skills that they have learned, some life skills that they may have. This person could also have been really working on, again, with that Hermit and the Three of Pentacles here, working on finding their place in this world, figuring out what it is they want, crafting the life that they want. And it's something that I feel that there's some exciting changes that have happened in that regard. This feels like a very changed person from the last time that you knew them. Even if this is someone you were married to at one point in time. And that's, that feels like that'll only resonate for a few of you. This more feels like something that this was someone you knew when you were younger, a relationship from kind of earlier in your life, to where there's not a lot of bitterness. There's no kind of like animosity here. It was just things didn't work out. You both have kind of gone your separate ways, and you've worked on some things. You've kind of built yourself, established yourself more in your life, in the world, and who you are. And it's this desire to kind of return, almost this energy too of I wonder whatever happened to this person. That can also be what is kind of around this, what is surrounding this, why this person is wanting to come back, wanting to reach out, wanting to maybe explore things where they weren't able to show up in love before, weren't prioritizing that, weren't emotionally available or emotionally mature. That something's happened where they come to place a new value on love, a new value on you, a new value on the relationship. And there's this desire to really put more effort into it, to really work as a team to build this, to build something stable, a solid foundation. they feel that, the things that they've discovered about themselves, and as they are kind of crafting their world, they feel that you're somebody they could definitely partner with in that capacity. You're somebody that they would, at this point in time, like to, at least introduce you again to their life as a friend, although this definitely feels like leaning in the direction of romance. But this seems like somebody who might want to start as friends first, work on building that foundation together before just jumping into kind of this love connection, or working on that could be part of this emotional maturity. Is they're starting to understand kind of the importance of having some of those basic foundations before just focusing purely on passion and romance. So let's get some messages from this person now for you, group 2. What do they want to say? Okay, and they say, my mind and heart always comes back to you. So that's that energy of nostalgia and almost this feeling of, I wonder whatever happened to, that as they've gone about through their life, you've never been far from their mind. They may have really been kind of comparing other relationships, other experiences in romance with you. And just as kind of doors closed in that capacity, it would bring them back almost to thinking about what they had with you, even what they had with you on a friendship level, and just the ways in which you both, connected and had a really good time and really understood each other at a soul level. That this is something that they're setting that apart. It's exceptional to other relationships, romance or otherwise, that they have experienced in their life. And they say, thank you for being patient. I know it isn't easy. So definitely some energy of, that some time has passed. It's been a long time coming since this person has kind of reintroduced themselves to your world. You may not have talked to them for a while. And they're recognizing that, it hasn't been an easy road. If this was somebody that, was friends with you, is almost like a best friend energy, then they're acknowledging that this hasn't been easy to maybe, have that disconnect in terms of that person you could talk to, that person you could just have a really good time with, that person that almost knows you better than other people, or you're able to relate to on a level that is, it's different from the way you're relating to others. They also say, I wasn't ready, but now I am ready. I am ready for you. So that speaks perfectly of this emotional maturity that has taken place. You might have been very young, or this person was very young, emotionally speaking, when you last dealt with them. They weren't ready for commitment. They weren't ready to show up and build like a stable partnership. It almost feels like they still needed to search for themselves. They needed to find themselves, figure out who they were, who they are, who they want to be going forward. And in the time since you've last spoken to them, that this has happened. They've accomplished a lot of that. They're working toward that. Something has become clear to them. They've gained some wisdom of almost like their life purpose, their life path, what they want to do in this life, what they want to focus on, what is important to them, what they value, what they hope to achieve. And they've taken some steps to, creating that, to generating that for themselves. And part of that is also this emotional maturity as far as what do they want in love? What do they want out of a partnership? And they're looking back at the very least on the friendship you shared with them as, some very crucial parts of that foundation to building a romance. So let's get some more messages, group 2. And they say, there's a lot that I want to say to you right now. So that's kind of that energy of the Page of Wands, this almost like good and exciting news I feel that they want to share with you. Some things that they've accomplished or that they've really come to understand, they've come to realize. This might have even been some things that you had said to them in the past that, they were almost like seeds planted, that this person has really had time to sit with that, to kind of think about that, to let that process, let that filter through them. And it's made a lot of sense. There's almost this awareness, these priorities that have come into alignment based on some kind of a suggestion you made perhaps, or again, something that you said. And they also say, what is taking you so long? So I feel this is really them talking to themselves, almost scolding themselves for having taken so much time to see what was right in front of them. Maybe taking some time to emotionally mature. If this was someone who was not young in terms of their physical age, this could have been somebody who just, was kind of almost like an energy of failure to launch, was just really immature in terms of what they were valuing, what they were doing, what they were filling their time with, the capacity to show up in a relationship and in an equal and giving manner. And it's something that they've made changes in that regard, but they're almost, again, scolding themselves for, that kind of that delay in maturity. They also say, I need you to know that I will always love you. So they still hold a special place for you in their heart. Time and distance, years even, has not diminished that. Other experiences, and as they've gotten to know themselves, it's made that abundantly more clear, that, at the very least, the friendship is something which they really cherish, they really value. It definitely feels like the makings to them of a solid partnership. It's something which they are prioritizing. Just these subtle little ways that you both interact and connect with each other, that they may have overlooked or taken for granted, have taken on some new importance to them. So let's get some more messages. Group 2. Okay, and they say, I'm so proud to be yours. So they're feeling some kind of a soulmate connection here, some kind of an inner knowing that your paths will cross again, that your story is not over, despite time, distance, years even that have separated the two of you. They feel very drawn and compelled to you, that there's something more you two are to experience together, that your story is not over, your love story is not over, that as you have both matured and developed in your own ways, on your own separate journeys, they feel that there's something that you're supposed to come together and do, to accomplish, to achieve, or to experience. And they're feeling very grateful to still feel this for you, this connectedness to you across distance and time. And they also say, your love is soul food. You feed my soul with your grace and love. So that's that energy of really experiences with other people, or even just the sensation of being away from you, I feel has really left them depleted, almost like starved in a way, to where it's created a comparison, a contrast for what they experienced with you. Just this joy and this sense of really being understood, really being seen and accepted. This purity of the energy and the connection between the both of you. And it's something that they're really longing to move back in this direction, to really express this to you, to let you know that, they value you. They've come to understand the value of this, that they want you in their life in some capacity. They're hoping for romance, but I feel this person would definitely be very happy just to have a friendship with you. And they also say, the moment I saw you, I knew you were my angel. So that's a beautiful message to close this reading out for you with, group 2. And, this really speaks to, again, this energy of the pedestal, like we saw here with new life. And this could have been something where, they recognized, as much as they may have been kind of operating from a space of emotional immaturity, or just were even kind of young in years, in terms of physical years, the last time you were with this person, involved with this person, or kind of saw this person, there was a sense, an inner sense of soul knowing that, this connection was exceptional. This connection was something else. They may have felt not, like they were saying here, they weren't ready. And that could have been something which created some hesitation. It almost might have made it easier for them to kind of move in another direction, to just kind of allow life to sort of take them somewhere else, because they understood the intensity of this, the power of this, and they understood as well at a soul level that there was some work they needed to do in themselves. There was still a lot they needed to figure out, that they needed to grow in terms of that maturity, in terms of that self-awareness and self-knowledge. And it's something where this is really talking to, again, the evolution that has happened, this perspective that has shifted within this person, that they are, not so much, it almost feels like they're admiring you, but they're seeing themselves as capable of rising up to that level. They are in a vibration that is very compatible with you, a very optimistic vibration of what the future can hold for the both of you. So this is someone that definitely seems to be waiting for an opportunity or kind of on the brink of reaching out to, really move this connection, almost resurrect this connection, bring this connection back from the ashes of time or whatever might have occurred between you both in the past. And there's this desire to kind of, with new appreciation, tenderness, and care, to really work on building something together and get back into a state of harmony and togetherness. So I'm going to close this reading out for you, group 2, with some initials. This can be first, middle, or last name of you or this person, or it can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. All right, so we have G, X, P, E, Y, B, T, I, and H. So those are your messages, group 2. I hope they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the video. If you liked the reading, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer them through my Etsy shop, and there's a link in the description box of the video for that. I also sell handmade jewelry and some divination tools in my Etsy shop if you're interested in checking those out as well. So I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Hi, group 3. He chose this egg with the little bunny and butterflies and chick on it. So, put that right up here. And we'll start with an oracle card to see who is headed your way for group 3. Okay, so we have Imagine. So this could be somebody that you've been dreaming about lately that's been showing up in your dreams, someone you're feeling energetically, somebody that you might not have imagined you'd ever hear from again, a door that could have been closed for quite some time or was closed quite abruptly or sharply, almost like a permanence to that, to where, you know, you thought that that would be it. You have kind of come to this point of peace about that, though, about this possibility of not reconnecting with this person, of kind of the story between the both of you being over. And this is also the energy of somebody who wants to come back in and deliver a message you never thought you would get, an apology that you never thought you would receive, or some kind of shift in perspective that has occurred that you never imagined that this person would do this kind of work on themselves, would come to this realization, would, you know, be able to maybe even articulate things of a spiritual nature. This could have been someone who has kind of undergone a spiritual awakening and has sort of expanded their lexicon in terms of maybe an understanding even of soulmates, of twin flames, something of that nature. And so this would be somebody that would definitely be quite a surprise to hear from this person. So let's get some more clarification about this for you. Group 3, who is headed your way? Okay, so we have the 4 of Cups, which is water energy, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. 10 of Swords, which is air energy, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. King of Wands, which is fire energy, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. 6 of Wands, so more of that fire energy. Ace of Swords, so more air energy. Knight of Pentacles, earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. 5 of Cups, so more water energy. Death, which is Scorpio energy. And 2 of Pentacles, so more earth energy. So this is definitely somebody that you have just kind of resigned yourself to. The relationship is over. You will not hear from this person again. The relationship is dead and gone and buried deeply in the past, with this death card here. And it was probably a very painful ending with the 10 of Swords. Something very kind of harsh, very heated. This could have been like a big argument or a blow up, something that really almost in a sense of permanence to closing that door between the both of you. Something that could have been quite shocking or just very dramatic in the way that things ended. So a pretty significant rejection here, or a moving away. There could have been some pretty harsh words spoken as well with that Ace of Swords, some pretty blunt truths that were delivered that just really had you in the space of, you know, kind of resolving yourself to that there wouldn't be another opportunity. There'd be no chance to resurrect this. Based on the nature of what might have happened, it didn't seem that it was possible or this person would ever be interested in, you know, giving this a second chance or a third chance, or however many chance, or if it was some kind of a rejection, a denial of feelings, even, that it was pretty clear what this person said, and it almost left no room for interpretation or hope. This could have been something with the Five of Cups where it took a long time to really get over this. In a way, you may not even be fully over this. This could be something which has always kind of lingered as a major disappointment, a major loss, or a major setback. Something to where, even the friendship that you had with this person was sacrificed at the expense of this ending. So this could have been the end of romance, friendship, everything, just total cutoff, total silence between you and this person. And it feels like you really, it's taken some time to regain some balance, to come to terms with this in your life. But did you really headed in a direction of putting your own needs first, kind of rebuilding yourself? You could be in a stage of your life right now where you're having a lot of success, a lot of victory. You've really overcome some of the defeating and kind of depleting energy and thoughts associated with this person or with this connection. And you're starting to head in another direction. Things are really starting to turn around for you. This person really, after this has happened, this almost feels like somebody that is filled with a sense of regret over what was said, that perhaps they spoke too harshly, they were kind of uncaring, or they said things that they didn't mean. Time has given them some time as well to really reflect on things, see things from a new perspective, maybe see you and the relationship in a new perspective, that they could have kind of judged this harshly, or maybe they just themselves weren't in a good headspace, weren't in a good emotional space at the time. But something has really shifted. They've come to more of a sense of peace within themselves, more of a sense of balance. And there's this desire to create balance in the connection with you, to resurrect even just a friendship. But this definitely feels like a resurrection almost of almost the kind of amicable nature between the both of you. This energy of kind of moving from, just leaving things on a sour note to at least neutralizing that, to at least, delivering some kind of truth, some kind of an apology, some kind of clarity that this person has come to with this Ace of Swords, that with the Knight of Pentacles, this could be a really long time coming. That could again be why, this is someone you never imagined would kind of come back from your past, like a ghost of the past resurrected here, someone you never thought you would hear from again. And you've just you've learned to live with that uncertainty, with that, things kind of left where they were, maybe even just things being unresolved. This could have been someone that just spoke harshly, cut things off, gave you no opportunity to kind of respond or to talk things through. And it just left you with a sense of defeat. And you've learned to live with that. You've learned to just sort of accept that kind of sourness regarding this connection, regarding this situation, and have, then chosen to focus on other things, creating sweeter experiences and memories within your life to kind of, allow time to sort of carry you in a better direction, kind of away from whatever this experience was with this person. But in the separation and the period apart, something has become clear to this person. They're seeing things from a new light. They may have had some kind of epiphany, some kind of recognition as well about some qualities within themselves that needed to be worked on. This could be something where, they may have come to a point in their life where they're finding themselves at a loss of, deep, intimate connections. Maybe a lot of people just distancing themselves from this person, pulling away from this person because of perhaps a personality trait of how they were showing up. Just kind of almost like this fiery temper, or almost like maybe an anger issue that this person had that has really kind of alienated them in other ways in their life. And this has really served to provide this person with a wake-up call with the Ace of Swords here, as far as their role in the circumstances in their life, their role in maybe how they have treated people, and that perhaps has come back around, and they themselves have been treated that way. They themselves have been made to feel at a loss, feel very emotionally deprived or dissatisfied, kind of with a lack of people that are empathetic to them, sympathetic to them, a lack of people then that really care about them. They may have, kind of gone through their through their life kind of pushing people away, burning bridges, and now they're finding themselves an island, very kind of stranded away. And so this could be a process of this person really trying to make amends where possible. And the connection with you, the situation with you, you are somebody that has really come to mind, that it's become apparent that an apology is owed, that this person really needs to try to correct some of the damage that was done, emotionally speaking, by whatever was said in the past. And again, a long time coming with this. This could have been years that have gone by since whatever this is that has occurred, to where you again feel that you would never hear from this person again. You've just come to this point of acceptance that this is how things are, and you're moving forward with your life as best as possible. So let's get some messages from this person now, group 3. What do they want to say? All right, and they say, I'm mentally conflicted. I don't know what to do next. So this person could definitely be in their head as far as, what do they say? How do they repair this? What kind of an apology would fix any of this, would smooth any of this out? They're kind of hesitant to come forward also, I'm feeling, because they don't want to make matters worse. It's almost this energy of kind of wanting to perhaps hesitate and just kind of leave this in the past, leave things the way that they were, not really knock on that door again, not really open that door again. But then there's this urge, this inner knowing that they have to bring some closure to this. They have to provide some kind of remedy for their role in the pain that ensued over this experience in the past, but they're not sure really how to do that, how to approach you or this situation. And they also say, I never knew what love was until you showed me. So if you've continued to maybe send this person loving energy for their healing, really wishing this person the best even, they may have said some pretty harsh things, and instead of responding in kind, you may have just been very diplomatic in the way that you responded. You could have been very, peaceful in the way you responded. They could be used to, when they burn bridges with people, then there's kind of retaliation for that. Then it's kind of like a person who goes around making a lot of enemies in their life. And, the fact that you did not turn into an enemy. You weren't out there trying to get back at this person or to hurt them in some way. This could have been quite different from other experiences that they've had. And it's really illuminated them to kind of this concept of unconditional love, both in the sense of, looking at a person from a soul level, being affected by the 3D actions, but, really expressing compassion, and more importantly, love for self, by not feeding into that energy of kind of negativity of whatever surrounded this situation with this person. And instead, just feeling that pain, feeling those wounds, and then choosing to focus, to redirect your attention on abundance, on nurturing yourself, on healing from this, as opposed to any kind of energy of get back, or, kind of this active bitterness that is then showing up in their reality. And they also say, I don't want to be rejected, so I stay silent. I feel safer not knowing the outcome. So that's that energy of hesitation, where they know an apology is owed. They know they need to say something based on this awareness that they have of how they've been showing up in their life, how they've been treating people. Maybe this was done to them. And, this is something which it feels now, it's like an unresolved wound. It's coming up for them as this is something that they need to rectify. They need to at least make the effort to provide some kind of closure, or to, start things even over in a friendship level, if that's something that you'd be open to with this person. But, there's this almost this fear of the repercussions. It feels like the gravity of the way they treated you, what they said, what they did, it's become apparent to them. And so they're kind of, they're not making that move forward because, there's a part of them that anticipates that maybe that retaliatory energy, or at least, some harsh negativity that they had directed at you in the past, that would just be waiting on the other side of them approaching with, an apology or an offer to, maybe move things in a different direction. And so they're kind of avoiding that at this point in time. So group 3, what else does this person want to say? Okay, and they say, I remember the good times that we shared. So this can be some of that perspective that this person's having in terms of maybe this tendency to kind of fly off the handle or burn bridges or just be very harsh. Maybe they were just very harsh with you, cut things off, or kind of cruel in the way that they said that. And they've had some time to reflect. Some time has gone by and they're seeing things from a new perspective. They've really kind of reimagined this. Their heated emotions have kind of cooled off and they're really being reminded of maybe just the loving exchange between the both of you, or the fact that they were a little harsh in their method of delivery, in the way in which they chose to kind of cut things off or end things between the both of you. And it's something that energy of nostalgia and remembrance, it's again creating this hesitation where it almost feels like they feel very guilty almost for having treated somebody who, was very genuine and was just trying to give them love, was just showing up even as a loving person, and then to receive kind of that backlash or that outburst, that kind of that anger or that that kind of cruelty or even callousness, that it's something where and they've either been put in your shoes or they're able to maybe they've been able to kind of look back, or they're hearing from other people just how much of a struggle it was for you to kind of pick yourself up out of that, to kind of rebuild yourself from out of that experience. And so it's something that it's leading to a lot of guilt and kind of remorse and shame on their part. And they also say, I psych myself out sometimes. So that's that energy of hesitation, not knowing what you will say, if you'll slam the door in their face or, be very cruel, be very hateful and hurtful to them. And so they're hesitating, delivering this truth that they know needs to come forth. They also say, you were right, I should have listened to you. So it's almost this energy of having taken you for granted. Taking for granted the connection that they had with you, who you are, the way that you move through the world, maybe something that you said to them that really sparked this very emotional reaction within them. This could have been something, a suggestion that you made about something that they need to work on in themselves, and be some kind of a habit or a lifestyle, even something to do with, this seems like an anger issue, something you might have said in that regard. Maybe they were venting to you about a problem they had with somebody, and you made a suggestion to them, something along the lines of, well, maybe, if you hadn't said this, it would have gone a little bit different. And instead of taking that to heart, this person could have then sort of lashed out at you as well, and it just sort of ended the connection. And now there's been this time to really get that perspective that you were coming from a very loving place in what you were saying. This was not, whatever happened, you weren't trying to hurt them. You weren't the problem. It was in fact some wounding within themselves that was creating problems in their life or in this situation in the past. So let's get some more messages for you, group 3. What do they want to say? And they say, you deserve the world, honey. So they're definitely seeing you from a new perspective, appreciating you. A lot of regret here for how they treated you. They're seeing you as a very sweet person, a very loving person, a very kind person who didn't deserve whatever it is happened, the way they talked to you, the way they treated you, the things that they said. And they also say, why do you love me? So this person could be battling some self-esteem issues in general, or related to, this experience with you, what they said, the dynamic that occurred, the incident that occurred between the both of you. And it's really, they're not feeling like they're a very lovable person. They're starting to get some perspective on how they've kind of pushed other people away, alienated people, maybe self-sabotaged love, self-sabotaged connections. And, so they're kind of in this dark space right now of knowing that they need to come forth, knowing an apology needs to happen. Their perspective has shifted, but they're not operating from necessarily the best place right now in terms of empowered communication. There's a sense of defeat and fear, which is really holding them at the brink of reaching out. And they also say, hey baby, I was thinking of you. So that's a great message to end this reading with for you, group 3. And it just really summarizes the energy of this whole situation where you've been on their mind, what has happened in the past. They're thinking about both the good times that you shared and whatever your last contact or communication was with this person was. that closed the door, that kind of signaled the end, the closure of even maybe a friendship between the both of you, that kind of pivoted you both in opposite directions, resulted in a lot of pain, and also the opportunity to really heal and transcend beyond these circumstances. And so you're on their mind. They're thinking about this. They're definitely operating right now in this energy of kind of fear and hesitation. But there's a part of them that knows they need to say something, even just for their own peace of mind, to kind of alleviate the pain of kind of thinking back, rehashing this, the memories of this, to provide themselves with some closure as well, that at least they tried, at least they reached out, made the effort to say they were sorry or to smooth things over. So this is also something where they're thinking and kind of strategizing how they will approach. With the Knight of Pentacles, they're definitely headed your way. This could be slow going, a lot of things kind of holding them back. They're kind of taking their time with this, kind of mulling things over. But this energy is very much on track and poised to, eventually reach out and kind of deliver that apology that you maybe never thought you would get, or, open those lines of communication from someone that you just assumed was, kind of part of your past, never going to hear from them again. So could be some surprising communication coming for you in the near, somewhat extended future, group 3. So I'm going to close this reading with some initials. This could be first, middle, or last name of you or this person, or it could spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. Okay, so we have R, H, J, Z, N, Y, A, X, P, W, B, and L. So those are your messages, group 3. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the video. If you like the reading, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer them through my Etsy shop, and there's a link in the description box of the video for that. I also sell handmade jewelry and some divination tools in my Etsy shop if you're interested in checking those out as well. So I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well.